The thing to think about with United Working Families is that it's a home for the movement.
I'm the daughter of a high school dropout who had me, her second kid, at the age of 18. I'm someone who has been very vocal about the fact that I'm a survivor of sexual abuse and sexual assault, and that I've personally endured the indignities of homelessness. Why that matters is not that this is a hero story, it's the story of the people that I serve.
I was born deaf, developed a speech impediment. My biological mom was addicted to drugs and alcohol. I was adopted. I wasn't fully able to hear until I was about 6, 7 years old. A lot of people told me and told my parents that I was gonna fail. And one of the reasons why they were able to raise me, I had a pretty strong community.
Born and raised on the southwest side of the city of Chicago, special education classroom assistant, a teacher assistant, and then a college and career counselor. But I also spent my evenings coaching soccer. The reason why education is very important to me is because when I crossed the stage at my college graduation, the first thing that my mother said to me was, "This was the reason why I came to this country." And to me, that was, I couldn't hold in the tears because of the fact that, they sacrificed so much for me.
I've been advocating for immigrant rights my whole life. My parents and my brothers were undocumented for most part of my life. My values of equity and justice comes from seeing my family struggle.
So my grandfather came to the United States in the 1920s, and that was a time when Chinese immigrants were prohibited from immigrating. So my grandfather was here for 40 years before he could bring his family over.
As far back as I can remember, I was caring for others before caring for myself. But at the age of 20, that's when I had to make one of the hardest choices, to finish my education or take care of my son. I chose to take care of my son. I ended up getting my CNA certification, and I started working at a nursing home on the southwest side. I felt that I was more than just an advocate for my seniors, but that I had to be an advocate for the workers. And so that's when I got involved with my union.
When I look at our jails, when I look at the people who come in contact with the justice system, they come from neighborhoods like mine.
I see so many people choosing whether or not to have food on the table or to get their insulin medicine. And to me, that's a matter of life or death.
Affordable housing is very important. Oftentimes, when I knock on doors, our neighbors have this similar story to me, where we grew up in a certain community and we weren't able to stay there.
We could have improvements in our communities without being pushed out.
When we vote on legislation, it's making sure that it's legislation that works for immigrant communities and that is in their interest.
Neighborhoods that are healthy, thriving, where people have the opportunity to work and have affordable housing, to be able to have health care and mental health care. If we do those things right, it helps put me out of business.
Safety is a social worker in school. Safety is a nurse. If we want to talk about safety, it's lifting up those who are the most in need and are desperate.
Many of the other legislators that I work with in Springfield might be attorneys, lawyers, businessmen, and these candidates of this United Working Families slate are people who work with people, like regular working class people.
The idea is that when you're going through your struggle, that you aren't alone. You are rooted in community with other people who will have your back, both inside the halls of power and outside on the streets.
We need a working class voice in Springfield for working class people.
Chicago